I'm gonna give you guys a minute to get up in here before we get started. Come on in, family. Come on in. We're talking about self-love today. Self-love. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, family. Man, on behalf of my mother-in-law, man, may God bless each and every one of you. May He continue to keep His hands protection encamped around about you. May He help you and guide you in your growth and development. That being said, man, I talk a lot, primarily on this channel. We're going to talk about growth and development. We're going to talk about healing. You know what I mean? That's all that we talk about for the most part. What's up with you, Chanel? That's what we talk about on this channel. You know, because to me, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter, man, what you accomplish in life as far as your education, your career, and all that. Man, if you don't love yourself, man, then you haven't really done a whole lot. You know what I mean? If you don't reach your full potential, you haven't done a lot. You know what I mean? You wasted a lot of time. What's up with you, Eileen? So we're talking about self-love. Self-love, because that's the most important thing. You know what I mean? Is to be able to love yourself. You know, to be able to value yourself. And I talk a lot about that. So, man, you got to love you. You know what I mean? You got to love yourself. And so how do you do that? How do you love yourself? You know what I mean? Everybody talks about, man, you got to love you. But how do you love you in a world that's taught you to hate you? How do you love you in a family that's taught you that you wasn't shit? How do you love you when you've been in and out of relationships and they've dogged you the hell out? They've used you, abused you, told you you wasn't shit, told you in the amount of shit. How do you love you in spite of all of that? What's up with you, Thomas? Glad that you're here, brother. How do you love you when you've been fired on jobs and they've told you that you suck? You know what I mean? How do you love you when your grown ass kids that you sacrifice so much for and you help them grow up and do all that they're able to do now that they're grown, you know, their attitude is fuck you, you ain't shit, you ain't done shit, blah, blah, blah. How do you love you when your family, your siblings, your kids tell you you ain't shit? This is a good question. You know what I mean? Because social media don't teach us how to love ourselves. They tell us we're supposed to love ourselves. You know what I mean? And it's true because in the church has always taught us, you know, that joy was an acronym. Joy, Joy. It was an acronym. And it stood for putting Jesus first, putting everybody else, others second, and putting yourself last. Family, I'm here to tell you, man, that's the most fucked up, psychotic, twisted thing. You know what I mean? That has damaged so many people. And this is a grown folk channel, you know what I mean? We're gonna say some controversial shit, and it's only controversial because we've been miseducated. It's only controversial because it goes against the grain. It goes against the norm. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why it's controversial. And so you'll have people, oh man, he's cussing too much and stuff. My God, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? What I'm saying, you can't refute it. Other than, well, you shouldn't say it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? We have to grow up. We have to grow up. And we have to understand that, man, we've been miseducated. We've been programmed to hate ourselves. When you look at all the people that's gone around us, all the names, all this crazy shit that they've done to us, all the times we've been abused. Some of us have been sexually abused, and that's taught us to hate ourselves. Some of us have been so verbally beat down by our own parents, our own family, that, man, we ain't shit. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna mount this shit. Because that's all we know. And so you look around your family, and if you come from the hood or from, you know, poor families, man, and everybody don't know themselves, they don't like themselves, they don't value themselves, they don't respect themselves, how the heck can you turn around and expect them to love and value you when they don't love and value themselves? And so we grow up wanting to love ourselves, but we don't know how. We think we love ourselves because we get all dolled up. You know what I mean? We get our hair done. We look good. We put on makeup. We get a nice fresh haircut. We got on nice clothes. And we think we love ourselves because we got a nice car. We got money in the pockets and, money in the savings account and all this other bullshit. And we think, man, okay, I love me. I love me. But you don't even know who the fuck you are. How can you love you and you don't know who the fuck you are? And the truth is, you really don't love you. You just tolerate you. And there's a difference. And those are some of the things that we want to talk about today. How do you know the difference in just, man, I just tolerate me because I can't run away from me. I know I'm a fuck up. I know I constantly mess shit up. I know I can't get shit right. But man, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I can't go nowhere. I can't change shit. It ain't gonna change nothing. You know what I mean? My whole life I fucked up everything I touched. My whole life I fucked up every relationship I got into. Every opportunity I got, I blew it. You know what I mean? And that's what that ingrains in us. That reiterates to the fact that, man, we suck. We're a fuck up. You ain't shit. And we believe this shit so much that, man, it becomes second nature. We believe this and understand this so much that, man, when somebody try to give us a compliment, we want to hear the compliments. We want to hear, oh, you're fucking pretty as hell. You're fine as hell. And we want to hear all this stuff. Man, you're so smart. Man, look at your business. Man, look at what you're doing. Look at what you've done. Man, you pulled yourself up off the streets. Man, you was a drug addict. You was dumpster diving. You was doing You're slinging your ass for somewhere to eat. You're slinging your ass for somewhere to sleep. And all this other, man, but look at you now. Man, you're in college. Man, look at you now. Now you're going to school. Now you got a business and all this other stuff. Man, now you got a career. Now you're taking care of it. Man, we don't really hear all that shit. Stay with me. We hear it, but we can't really accept it. We hear it, we know it, but we really don't value it. Why? Because we don't value us. We don't love us. We don't know how to love us. And so many of us, we get a good dude, we get a good woman, and man, they're just trying to show us that they love us. They're just trying to show us that, man, I got you. And we end up fucking it up. We end up pushing them away. And we push them away because we believe they're going to leave us anyways. We believe subconsciously the shit's going to go foul sometime, some way anyways. So I might as well end it on my terms. Because I know it's going to go bad. I know I'm going to fuck up this job eventually. So I'm going to get everything I can. I'm going to steal everything from this place I can. I'm going to get everything I can. Why? Because I know I'm eventually going to fuck it up. I know eventually you're going to get tired of my bullshit and you're going to leave me. Because my daddy don't want me. My own mama don't want me. My own siblings don't fuck with me. My own kids don't fuck with me. Why are you going to fuck with me? And see, the trip is, we don't have to learn how to love us. You don't have to learn how to love yourself. And that's what so many of us think we have to do. Man, I don't know how to love me. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You know how to love you. The problem is not that you don't know how to love you. The problem is you hate you more than you love yourself. I'm saying it again. When you see a little baby, and we have little kids, you don't even know who that little kid is. You don't know what that little kid is going to accomplish in life and how they're going to be, their nature and anything, their characteristics. You know nothing about that kid because that kid hasn't done anything yet. It's just a baby. And you love the hell out of that baby. Mothers, man, you give birth to this child and you have this instant, man, this is mine. I love it. I'll die for this motherfucker right here. You can't tell me shit about mine. I love this motherfucker. He might be ugly. He might have a big ass fucking head. He might have some big ass fucking ears, some big ass fucking lips, a big ass fucking nose. He might look like a fucking troll. Whatever. But that's my fucking troll. And you may not say he look like a fucking troll. We love the fuck out of these babies. Instantly. Trip is, we'll hook up with somebody and they'll start doing certain things and you see certain aspects about them and you fall in love with them. You can't even remember the exact moment you fell in love. You don't know the exact moment you fell in love with that person. You just know that over time, hold on, wait a minute. I actually really care about this person. I really fucking love this person. It's a trick. You don't know everything about them. You don't. You don't know about all of their past shit. You just know based on the conversations y'all have had, y'all interactions, that man, I'm vibing with this person. Person may have got out of prison. Person may have been strung out on drugs. Anything, everything, and changed their life around. And all you see now, all they're talking about now, man, I got a nice car, I got a nice house, I got a nice place to stay, I'm treating you right. Man, why? Because in their mind, they don't learn their fucking lessons. They don't grow up some. They ain't wilding out like they used to. They ain't out clubbing and hoeing and tricking and doing all the stupid shit they used to. They've learned some of their lessons in life. And you fall in love with that aspect of them. And you think, man, this is gonna be, man, I want to get married. I want to have babies by this. I want to have all my babies by this dude. I want this girl to have all my babies. I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. And you have all these thoughts and all these feelings about this person, and you don't even know everything about them. You don't know all the hell that they've gone through. You don't even understand how broken they've been. You don't even understand or know the trauma and the drama that they've been associated with. But because you see a part of them that you like, and you're hearing it and you're observing certain aspects of them, it's like, man, this is the one. But yet you can't do that for yourself. Yet you can't get past your own mistakes. You can't get past your own failures. You can't get past your own disappointments. It's okay that everybody else fucked up and man, they turned their life around. And look at, man, they're a model citizen now. Man, look at them, they're doing good for themselves. But you can't see yourself that same way. You don't see yourself that same way. You still see yourself as that eternal fuck up. And you know, you believe it's just a matter of time before you fuck this up too. Belief is a strong thing. Your beliefs is a strong thing. As long as you believe that you're not lovable, you'll never love yourself. You'll never feel that you're capable and you're worthy of being loved. You'll never receive the love from anybody else. Regardless of how much love they pour out to you, you'll never receive it as love. How do you begin to love you? You don't have to begin to love you. You already love you. The problem is you hate you more. Stay with me. What am I saying? At our core, we're love. That's who we are. Every single one of us, that's who we are. The problem is we've forgotten who we were. The problem is we remember ourselves as all this other stupid, twisted shit. That's how we see ourselves. Man, I'm just a drug addict. Man, I'm just a convict. Man, I'm just a hustler. I'm just a pimp. I'm just a hoe. I'm just a grimy side chick. We believe all this negative shit about us. What's up with you, Scorpio lady? We talk about all this grimy shit and this negative shit. No, you're more than that. You're love. It's like on a cloudy day, it's storming out here today. And I don't know if it's some stuff from Florida or what, but the sun is always out. The sun is always out. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean that the sun's not there. Stay with me. just because the clouds are out, just because the rain's out, just because it's lightning and storming, doesn't mean that the sun is not there. The sun is there. You just can't see it. You can't feel it because of all of the storms, the clouds around you. The circumstances have the sun blocked. And that's all that happens in life with love. Love is always there, just waiting for us to come back to it. But we allow the circumstances in life to become our storms. We allow the circumstances in life, being molested as a kid, being rejected as a kid, being unwanted, being verbally and physically beat down as a kid, as a young adult, or whatever the case may be. We allow all these things to block out the sun. We allow all these things to block out the love. And so we assume that, man, I don't have any love. We assume that, man, love is not for me. We assume that, man, I'm not lovable. Nobody's going to love me. Nobody's going to value me. Nobody appreciates my efforts. That's not true. Stop looking at the storms. Understand that storms come. Storms are always going to come. We have seasons for storms. There's a rainy season and there's a hot as fuck season. You know what I mean? If you're in California, you understand that hot season. It's hot as fuck out there right now. You know what I mean? So you understand, man, there's a cycle, there's a season for it. Come winter, man, it's going to get a little cooler. It's going to start raining. We know that, man, it gets cold as fuck too. Understand what cycle you're in right now. Understand that, man, this too will pass. If you allow it to pass, what most of us do, we want to hold on to all the negativity. We want to hold on to all this shit, and we take that on as our identity. That's who I am. Oh, I'm killer. All these other stupid shit. No, you're love. You can love yourself. You already love yourself. But you can love yourself more by hating yourself less. You can love yourself more by tearing yourself down less. You love yourself more by stopping the minimizing of your efforts, of what you do. Minimizing your accomplishments. You have to change your perspective. You have to change how you see yourself. You have to change how you view yourself. Man, we have to grow up. We have to understand that, man, God didn't make no mistakes. You are not cursed. You are not a fuck up. You are not a failure. What's up with you, Paul? You're not a failure. You don't have to stay in this circumstance the rest of your life. You don't have to keep this negative mindset the rest of your life. I don't give a damn how many baby daddies you got, how many baby mamas you got. I don't give a damn if you ain't raised none of your fucking kids. You've been absentee father your whole fucking life, in their whole fucking life. You can change all of that anytime you want to. Anytime you want to. It has to start with this. How do you see you? It's a trip. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. You know what I mean? A lot of mistakes in my life. A lot. But my heart was always right. What I mean? I was always a loving person. You know what I mean? Always a compassionate person. But I made a lot of mistakes. And I said this before. Hurt people hurt people. Heal people heal people. What's up with you, Queen Nefertari? I'm sorry. Hurt people hurt people. Because we've been damaged, because we've been broken, because we've been violated and rejected and kicked it, because we've gone through all this crazy shit. We take that on as our persona. We take that on as our identity. And we don't want to, we just do it. And a lot of us, we build up this wall around us. Man, I'm not getting hurt. I'm not allowing another person to hurt me. I'm not allowing another person to break my heart. And so we build this castle up around ourselves. We build this castle up around our hearts so that we don't ever get hurt again. So that we don't ever get violated again. And the trip is your love at your core. But you built this wall up around you so that nobody could get through. And the trip is, because you're love, you can't express that love either. Why? Because the same wall that you have built up to protect you has now become your prison. That same wall you built up to protect you, to keep you from getting hurt, to keep you from getting rejected and all this other stuff by other people, that same wall that you built up as a self-defense mechanism is now stopping you from expressing love. It's now stopping you from expressing who you really are. That same wall that was a hospital to keep you safe has now turned into a prison cell. And the trip is, nobody built that wall but you. You built that wall brick by brick. Nobody could tear that wall down but you. You built it, and you have to tear it down. Same thing with how you see yourself. You built that image. Man, I'm just lazy as fuck. I can't get right. I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm always procrastinating. I'm always late. I'm always tardy. I'm dead. And we built this fucking image in our head of who we are. And that image becomes our identity. And if you're not careful, you'll take that on as that's all you are. That's all you're capable of. I've been broke my whole life. Everybody in my family's been broke. I'm always gonna be broke. I'm never gonna be able to go nowhere. Why? Because you believe that shit. I'm always gonna have to work a grimy ass job and 2 jobs to make ends meet because you believe that shit is gonna be your fucking reality. You're manifesting that negative shit. You manifest your identity, as negative and as toxic as it is. You love yourself by stopping putting these curses on your life, by not putting these curses and thinking negative about yourself anymore, by stopping thinking that, man, nobody's gonna want me, nobody's gonna value me, nobody's gonna see me as attractive, I'm just too black, I'm just too fat, I'm just too skinny, I'm flat-chested, I don't have no ass, I'm buck-toothed, I wear thick bifocals, and all this negative shit that we tell ourselves, and we use to say that, man, this is our justification of why we can't be loved, and why we're not valuable, and why we're not wanted. We use all these things to make ourselves feel better. This is our excuse we tell ourselves. And the trip is, there's people that wear glasses just like you, that got a man, that got a woman. There's people that got big lips just like you, and they got a man and got a woman. There's people that's overweight just like you, and they got a man and they got a woman, and they're happy. Stop making excuses. Stop believing the bullshit. Stop believing the bullshit that you've been telling yourself. Other people told you it and you believed it. And now you replay those same messages back to yourself over and over and over again. Nobody wants me. Nobody likes me. I'm going to be lonely all my life. I'm going to be depressed all my life. I'm going to be suicidal all my life. I'm going to be full of fear all my life. I'm going to have heart problems all my life. I'm going to have migraines all my life. I'm going to have high blood pressure all my life. I'm going to have diabetes all my life. You tell yourself this shit over and over and over. And so because part of your identity. This is who you are. This is the person that you created. This is the image that you created of yourself. And the trip is, your life is your book. It's your movie. You're the author of your book. You're the author of your movie. You could change the narrative anytime you want to. Unfortunately, what we do is we try to live the lives of other people through social media. We try to do what they do. We try to dress like them. We try to act like them because we don't understand that, man, this is my movie. I'm the star in my own fucking movie. I'm the star. I'm the main actor, the main actress in my own fucking book, in my own play. I'm the author of it. I'm the writer of it. I'm the director of it. It's going to say whatever I want it to say. I've made a lot of mistakes in my past. Been married and divorced a number of times. 7 kids, 3 different women. And you know what? None of that shit defines me. That's not who the fuck I am. Man, I was a functioning alcoholic. It wasn't a day that went by that I wasn't drinking at least a 5th. That's just before I got to work, before lunchtime. Because I would pour my alcohol in my coffee and go to work. None of that stuff defines who I am. Those are just experiences. I've had run-ins with the law. That's not who I am. Those are just experiences of me trying to find my way. My father murdered my mom. That's not who I am. I was sexually molested as a kid. That's not who I am. Those are just experiences in life. I'm 52 years old. All those are just tiny pieces. That's not even a page in my book. My molestation, my divorce, man, none of that shit is a totality of who I am. Those things aren't even a chapter in my book. All the shit you go, they're not even a chapter in your book. That doesn't define you. That just talks about some of your experiences. We have to grow up. We have to understand that, man, we're love. And if you don't manifest love, something's wrong. There's a blockage there. It's like you can't see the sun out. What's going on to where I can't see the sun out? Oh, the storm clouds are out. The storm clouds is keeping the warmth away. The storm clouds is keeping the light away. The storm clouds is keeping the heat away. I don't feel love. There's storm clouds in my life. There's blockages in my life keeping me from experiencing and seeing and feeling love. What are those blockages? What is it in my life that's keeping me from love? What is it in my life that's keeping me from experiencing love? That's keeping me from being love? That's keeping me from manifesting love? It's your thoughts. It's your beliefs. That's all it is. It's your thoughts and your beliefs. Some of us will say, man, because I'm so poor, I can't find, nobody's going to love me, and nobody's going to. There's a whole lot of people that's worse off than you financially, and they're madly in love. There's a whole lot of people that's struggling, that don't have what you have, and they're madly in love. There's a whole lot of people in third world countries that come to America that don't have all that you have, but they have love. There's a whole lot of people that don't have your education, but they have love. There's a whole lot of people that's been strung out on dope, that's gotten their life together, that has love. There's a whole lot of people that's been in prison, that's got their life together, and they have love. It's a whole lot of people that was living up under the bridge, living in parks, living in vehicles, and living everywhere else, and didn't have nothing to show for their life. But something changed in their thought process. And they got their shit together. And now they have some things, but they had love then. See, we look at love and manifestation as what you have to show forth in life, as status, material shit. Love has nothing to do with materialism. There's a whole lot of people in third world countries that don't have all this shit that we have in America, but they have peace and they have joy and they have love. They don't have all the cars we have. They don't have all the fancy clothes we have. They don't have all the technology we have. They don't have all the gadgets we have. But they have love. What's your excuse now? See, because it's not about the material shit. It's always about how we think, how we feel about ourselves, what we believe about ourselves. You are love. You can fall in love with yourself. In order to fall in love with yourself, you have to stop tearing yourself down. You have to stop hating yourself. You have to stop telling yourself that you're shit, that you're stupid, that you're ugly, that you're a failure, that you're a black widow. Trip. Been married a number of times. And then when my late wife passed away in 2015, I just threw up my hands. I was done. I was done. It's like, man, there's something about my life that's just fucked up. You know what I mean? It's just, love ain't for me. Even God doesn't want me happy. This is the shit that I thought. I've gone through so many chaotic fucking relationships. Now I got a good relationship. Now I have a good marriage, you know what I mean? And now, after a number of years, she's diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. And God's taken her away. And I'm watching her body deteriorate. And I'm becoming more fucked up in my head. because I'm pissed off at God. I'm mad, and it's like, fuck, I'm never gonna be fucking happy. God just don't want me happy. What is it about me? And then I start remembering all the shit that I was told as a kid. That you wasn't shit. You won't amount to nothing. Nobody's ever gonna love you. Nobody's ever gonna wanna be with you. Man, you have to learn how to cook and clean. You have to learn how to do all these things because no woman's gonna want you. No woman's gonna wanna be with you. And although I blocked that out, it was still there subconsciously. And so them telling me that I was cursed, them telling me that I had the devil in me, them telling me all this negative, stupid shit, I was gonna be like my daddy and all this crazy ass shit, it was always there subconsciously. Just waiting for the right event to happen, just waiting for another person to walk out my life to remind me that I wasn't shit, to remind me that I wasn't lovable, to remind me that no woman was gonna want me. And so all these events, all these situations in life was just a constant reminder to me of all the shit I heard as a kid. Oh, you're an epic failure. You're an epic fuck up. You're an epic screw up. You'll never have shit in life. You'll never go anywhere in life. You'll never accomplish shit in life. And I had that in my subconscious thoughts. And every time I messed up, it was a reminder. Yep, see, that's proof. This is proof. Everything they said is true. Oh, this person walked out of your life and they said, yeah, whatever reason. Yep, this is proof. I'm a fuck up. This is proof nobody's ever gonna want me. This is proof nobody's ever gonna value me. And so when my wife passed away, it was a hard pill to swallow. It was a hard pill to swallow. But God began dealing with me about some shit. Elijah, you got to let that shit go. You have to change your perspective. You have to change how you see yourself. Because regardless of what I'm trying to do for you, you're never going to receive it if you don't change your perspective. I have somebody for you, but I can never give them to you until you change yourself, until you change your perspective. I have a beautiful queen for you, but I can't give her to you while you fucked up in the head like this. I can't give you this beautiful queen while you hating yourself, while you're constantly believing that you won't find love. You won't be happy. You won't have joy. You're going to fuck up the next one. I can't bring this person in your life. Would you still believe in this same toxic bullshit? You want to do all this stuff. And God is trying to tell you, change your perspective. Change the way you see yourself. I can't bring you all of this. I'll give you little bits and pieces of it, and you'll get pissed off because it'll seem like I'm teasing you. It'll seem like I got a carrot on a string, just dangle it in front of you. No, I'm trying to show you what I have in store for you. I can't give it all to you because you'll fuck it up. I can't give her to you right now because you'll damage her. I can't bring him in your life right now because you'll run his ass off. I can't give you this business opportunity. I can't give you what you want right now because you're not emotionally ready to handle it. You're gonna fuck it up. So you have to change how you see things. You have to change how you feel about yourself. You have to change your belief system. I'm trying to show you how valuable you are. I'm trying to show you how lovable you are. But you're not cooperating with me. You won't come get in alignment and see your life through my eyes. I'm talking about seeing your life through the eyes of God, seeing your life through the eyes of love. Because once you see yourself through the eyes of God, through the eyes of love, through the prism of love, man, it'll completely change your perspective. Once you get in alignment with God, and I'm not talking about religion, once you get in alignment with God, once you get connected to love, universal love, unconditional love, man, your whole perspective of life changes. Your whole perspective of you changes. You'll stop seeing yourself as a victim. You'll stop seeing yourself as a failure. And you'll start to say, damn, everybody didn't make it this far in life. Damn, I'm tearing myself up. Everybody didn't make it off the fucking street. Everybody didn't survive in my fucking hood. Everybody didn't make it to 21. Everybody didn't make it to 25. Everybody didn't make it to 30, to 35. Everybody ain't got a second chance at life like this. And you start seeing, damn, I still want to do better. Everybody don't have that drive. Everybody don't have that ambition to keep pushing. So many have just given up. But I still want more. I still want better. I'm still striving. I don't know how, but I'm still striving for more, for better. I look back. Everybody can't say that. It's a whole lot of people just gave up on life. It's a whole lot of people just gave up on love. It's a whole lot of people just gave up on themselves. And yet you're still striving. You're still getting up, putting in the work. You still want love. You still want joy. You still want peace. You don't know how to get it. You don't know how to obtain it, but you want it. You want to be successful, but you don't know how to do it. You want to be financially free, but you don't know how to get there. But you're striving, you're getting up and putting in the work. Get connected to God. Get connected to Source, Universe, the Most High. Get in alignment. And watch your whole life change. Watch your whole life change. See, we're trying to do it hard. We're trying to do it the hard way. You're trying to do it by being disconnected. And God and Source is trying to tell you, man, it's not that complicated. You're making it out a whole lot harder than it has to be. You're kicking against the rocks. You're trying to swim upstream. All you got to do is get in alignment and go with the flow. The natural flow of the universe, the natural flow of Source of God. But we're so rebellious and so hard that we're trying to do it our own way. And so you think, man, if I get some muscles, these women are going to want me. You think, man, if I get my titties lifted and get a titty job, man, and show cleavage and wear revealing clothes, these guys are going to want me. What's up with you, Bree? You think if I pose these pictures or post these pictures or these videos of me, man, that's going to get me attention and that's going to get people looking at me and that's going to get me the love and the affirmations that I need. And no, it's not. You're trying to do it your way. And God is telling you, man, let that shit go. Change your perspective. Come talk to me. Let me help you change your perspective. Let me help you change how you see yourself. See, because you see yourself as a screw up. You see yourself as a failure. You see yourself as a deadbeat. You see yourself as being toxic as fuck. God, source, love don't see you that way. This phrase I say, and universally known, it's called namaste. 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 Namaste is just Indian word. It just simply means the God in me sees, recognizes, acknowledges, and cherishes the God in you. Say it a different way. The love in me, the light in me sees, recognizes, acknowledges, cherishes the love, the light in you. I am love. Because I'm love, I can see the love in you. But I also see the storms. But I see the love. I see the light in you. The problem is not that love's not in you. You just don't see it. You're not connected to it. You're not connected to it. You don't see love. You don't see life through the prism of love. You see life through the prism of all your experiences. And it's negative. That's toxic. So I said, we have to learn how to meditate. We have to learn how to get in alignment with God, with Source, the Most High. You can have all the religion you want. I know so many people that are religious. I grew up religious. I know so many people that are religious. And the truth be told, the great majority of them are some of the most helpless, depressing, sad, suicidal people I've ever met in my life. I'm not anti, you believe what you want to believe. You know what I mean? I don't care what you believe. And what I mean, because it's your life. It's your journey. You're entitled to believe whatever you want. You're entitled to believe that you're a fuck up, if that's what you want to believe. All those people that gave up on life, they're entitled to believe that that's the best that their life is going to get. They're entitled to believe that their best years are behind them. Their best years was when they were in high school. Their best years was when they were in college. Their best years was when they're in their 20s and turning up and getting lit and da-da-da. They're entitled to believe that if they want to. They're entitled to believe they're going to be a drug addict for the rest of their life. They're entitled to believe they're going to be a fuck up and a failure the rest of their life. People are entitled to believe whatever they want to believe. So I don't get caught up in what people believe. People are entitled to believe that you got to be a conservative, you got to be a Democrat, you got to be a Christian, you got to be a Muslim, you got to be a Buddhist, you got to be a Taoist, you got to be a Hindu. People are entitled to believe whatever they want to believe. Just like you're entitled to believe whatever you want to believe about you. You're entitled to believe whatever you want to believe. It's your story. It's your story. Tell it however you want to tell it. Live it however you want to live it. But if you want to live it through the prism of love, if you want to experience love, if you want to experience joy that passes all understanding, then you can't keep holding on to all of that negative shit. You can't keep holding on to all of the pain and the trauma and the drama and the chaos and the hell that you've gone through. Certain things about life, about your life, you're going to have to let go. You're going to have to let that shit go if you want joy. You're going to have to let that shit go if you want peace. If you want love. What's more important to you? And that's the question you have to ask yourself. What's more important? To stay comfortable in this area right here because I know this, I know the drama, I know the trauma, I know the chaos, I know the hell, I know this ratchet lifestyle. I'm comfortable in this, I could do this? Or do you want to get out of your comfort zone? See, in order for you to reach love, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. In order for you to have peace of mind and joy, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. And your comfort zone is negativity. Your comfort zone is all this trauma and drama. And so many people stay in toxic ass relationships because they know what to expect. And it's, I could do this. It's not what I really want. I want to be happy. I want joy. But man, I don't want to go through the bullshit of starting over again. I don't want to go through the bullshit of what if that fails too? And what if that motherfucker change up and turn and do all this other stupid shit again? And so we stay in our comfort zone. In order to have love, true self-love, in order to experience true love, in order to experience true peace and true joy, you're going to have to change your perspective. You're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. And that's going to be challenging because you're so used to thinking negative. You're so used to tearing yourself down. You're so used to telling yourself that you're ugly, you're stupid, you're fat, you ain't shit, and da-da-da. You're so used to saying that shit. You're so used to believing that. And you're going to have to change that. And that's going to be hard. That's going to be a challenge for you. It can be done. But how bad do you want it? How bad do you want joy? How bad do you want love? Do you want it bad enough to change your way of thinking? Do you want it bad enough to be like, man, okay, I gotta change how I believe and the bullshit that I believe? Because that hasn't brought me love. That stuff hasn't brought me joy. That stuff hasn't brought me peace. So I have to change how I see me. I have to change my beliefs. How do you fall in love with you? By understanding that at your core, you're love. You have to change your belief system. You have to change your thought process. You have to see yourself as love. Man, when you came into the world, you were loving. You were so optimistic. You were so hopeful. But what happened? Life happened. You got hurt. You got disappointed. You got rejected. Failure after failure. It's just you taking on all that shit. And there's so many of us, we think, man, that, being that optimistic and that hopeful, man, that's not reality. And that's just a figment of your imagination. And that's not just living in the real world. And I had an ex-wife tell me this stupid ass shit. Told me that I wasn't living in the real world. Told me that I wasn't being realistic because I was optimistic. I'm just a realist. No, you're just real fucking negative. You're not a realist. I'm just keeping it 100. No, you're just keeping it fucking negative. You're just keeping it fucking toxic. How bad do you want love? Are you willing to let go of all that other shit? Are you willing to put yourself in a situation to where it's, okay, you know what? I need to change how I see myself. I need to stop telling myself that I'm ugly. I need to stop telling myself that I'm fat. I need to stop telling myself that I'm stupid. I need to stop telling myself that I can't remember shit. I need to stop telling myself that I'm gonna fuck this up. I need to stop telling myself that I fucking suck as a wife. I suck as a girlfriend. I suck as an employee. I suck as a boss. I suck as a parent. I suck as a... You need to stop telling yourself all this negative, toxic bullshit. And I say this a lot. We bring about what we think about. Let me say it different. What you think about, you bring about. You manifest your life. I told you guys earlier in this video, you're writing your own story. You're writing your own book. You're writing your own movie script. You're writing it based on the shit that you say about you, based on the things that you believe about you. Can't nobody write your story but you. It don't matter what your parents say about you. It don't matter what your ex said about you. It don't matter what your fucking kids say about you. It's your story. It's your autobiography. It has to be written by you. The question is, why do you keep writing the same story? Why do you keep writing the same script that puts you in a bad light? Why do you keep writing the same toxic bullshit about you? Why do you keep manifesting that? Man, I'm love. I'm a beacon of love. I manifest love in everything I do, in everything I say. I am a success in every aspect of my life. You have to start telling yourself this. You have to start believing this. You believe the negative shit, how come you can't believe the positive stuff? It's your story. You can write it any way you want to. You could write into your story that you're going to be happily married. You could write into your story that you're going to be a successful business person. You could write into your story that you're going to have a great relationship with your kids and whoever else you want to have a relationship. You can write your story however you want to. Stop writing the negative, stupid shit. You can write into your story that you got off drugs and you stayed off drugs. One of my friends, a Native American brother, he posted today on Facebook, 22 years clean and sober. Today, 22 years clean and sober. If he could be sober 22 years. I'm always watching him, just looking. He's always taking his kids somewhere. He's a diehard Raider fan, but he's always taking his kids somewhere. You're spending quality time with his kids. You know what I mean? That's his world. It's his kids. And I admire that because, man, he helps so many young men deal with substance abuse, whether it's drugs, alcohol, whatever, that's been incarcerated. He's helping these young people, and he's a perfect role model. Man, it don't matter how I started my life. It don't matter how much I fucked up in my life. It don't matter how many times I failed in my life. I didn't give up on me. I fumbled the ball sometimes, but I picked it back up. I messed up sometimes, but I never stopped believing in me. And the truth is, a lot of us, we've stopped believing in me. A lot of us, you've stopped believing in yourself. You believe that everybody else could be happily married, but you don't believe it can happen for you. You believe that everybody else can have a beautiful child and raise their kids and do all this other stuff, have a successful business and blah, 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 a career, education, whatever. You believe that for everybody else. But for some reason, you don't believe that for you. You have to change your belief system. You have to change the narrative. You have to change the story that you're telling yourself. Start telling yourself that you're loved, that you're loved, that you love unconditionally, and that people love you unconditionally. And see, when you love unconditionally, it's not about how you fucking look. It's not about how perky your titties are, and now that you're older, your titties are sagging, and now you're getting a little gut, and you're not in shape as you. Man, when you love somebody unconditionally, it don't matter about that bullshit. We have to get it together. And it starts with this. It starts with your thought process. It starts with how you believe and what you believe about you. Man, you are lovable. You are love. You have love within you. Your core is love. Stop seeing it as everything but that. Get reconnected. I did a video a while back, but going back to healing that little child within us. Healing that little girl within us. Healing that little boy within us that's been hurt, that's been damaged. Learning how to love that little kid that's within us. What's up with you, Loretta? Learning how to heal that little girl within you. Learning how to heal that little boy within you. The truth for many of us, we don't experience love. People don't really love us the way we want them to. The reason for many of us is because we don't love that little boy within us. We don't love that little girl within us. That little child that's within us that's been hurt, that's been damaged, that's been broken. We don't love them. We don't respect them. We don't value them. Karma is a bitch. Karma is a bitch because, and when I say that, stay with me. Karma is not negative, it's not bad, and it's not good. It's just karma. When I say karma is a bitch in the aspect that we love everybody else, but we don't love ourselves. We love everybody else, but we don't love the little kid, the little boy within us. We listen to everybody else, but we don't listen to that little girl, that little boy within us. We value everybody else, but we never learned how to value that little kid within us. How to spend quality time with that little kid within us. So in order for you to love you, man, you got to value that little kid within you. You got to spend some time with that little girl within you. That little boy within you that you've been ignoring and running away from your whole life. That little boy, that little girl you've been dismissing. And so you're wondering why everybody's rejecting you. You're wondering why everybody think of you as you ain't shit and da-da-da-da and you a fucking blah. That's why. Because God, Source Universe, is trying to get you to see, look, they're showing you how you treat that little kid inside of you. You want to be loved. Grown as you want to be loved. Grown as you want to be valued. You want somebody to listen to you and somebody to just cherish you. But you won't do that for the kid in you. You won't do that for yourself. Because you don't think that little kid is important. You don't think that little person inside of you matters. And yet that's who you are at your core. That's the real you. This grown ass you, that's just the image that you created based on your beliefs. You think you need to be loved this way. You think you want to be loved and all this other shit. So you're doing all this extra shit to be valued, to be seen, to be thought highly of. You're doing all this other shit because that's what you think you have to do in order to get love. You have to change your perspective of who you are. Of who you are. You are love. So many of us, we want relationships, but we've never learned how to have a relationship with ourselves. And when I say so, I'm talking about that little kid inside of us. One of the reasons why I love working with kids, I'm 52 years old. One of the reasons why I love working with, especially like junior high school kids, because they're still kids. And they allow me to be a big ass fucking kid with them. I could wild out and play stupid games with them and just be a grown ass fucking kid and laugh my ass off, joke and clown and just do stupid ass shit with them and have fun. Because that's what the little kid inside of me wants to do. The little kid inside of me wants to laugh and play. I love spending time with elderly people because they have so much knowledge and so much information to share. Because they know that they're close to dying. And so they're trying to pass down all this stuff before they take their final breath. Why? Because they've made so many mistakes and they don't want us to follow in their mistakes. So they're trying to help us. It's a lot of them, the ones that I talk to. And that's the reason why I gravitate to them. They're helping me become a better me. They're helping me forgive me. To stop being so hard on me. To stop tearing myself down so much. To learn to just relax and just go with the flow. They teach me how to be forgiving, how to be grateful, and to enjoy the moment. To live in the moment. How do you love you? Stop tearing yourself down. How do you love you? Man, forgive yourself for all of the mistakes you've made. Forgive yourself for ignoring that little kid within you. Forgive yourself for not knowing how to love you. Forgive yourself for choosing to love all these other people and not love you. Forgive yourself for not putting you first. Forgive yourself for not having healthy boundaries. Forgive yourself for all the mistakes you've made, all the relationships that you got into. Forgive yourself. And understand that everything is always working out for your good. See, when you understand, and I say that a lot, everything is always working out for me. Everything. All the shit that I've gone through, all the fuck ups, all the failures, all the rejections, everything is always working out for me. And so when I truly see that, when I truly believe that, man, there's no reason for me to be negative. There's no reason for me to hate myself. There's no reason for me to be mad and all this other stupid shit. Why? Because no matter what happened, everything is always working out for me. When my kid's mom divorced me and went back to her ex-boyfriend that was beating on her and cheating on her and all this other stupid shit, man, I was done with women. I was done with the bullshit, because I wasn't understanding. Everything is always working out for me. Because she left, man, I was able to meet and marry my late wife. Because my late wife got breast cancer and she passed away, man, I was hurt. I became suicidal after that. I was done with fucking love because, again, I wasn't understanding. Everything is always working out for me. Once I start taking on that mentality, once I started seeing that everything's always working out for me, and that, man, there's a reason for this. I may not see it now, but there's a reason for this. There's a blessing coming because everything's always working out for me. Because I believe that, man, I got the beautiful queen that I have now. I never saw her coming into my life when my wife passed away, when my wife was dying from cancer. I never saw me being in love with somebody else. I never saw me happily in a relationship with somebody else. Because I was looking at the storm clouds. I was looking at my circumstance. And that was all blocking love. And so when you understand, everything is always working out for me. All this shit that I've gone through, man, I'm so glad and grateful that I've gone through that hell and through that bullshit. Why? Because now I can share my story. And not in a negative way, but share my story to help others that are going through similar situations, to help others that are going through maybe not as bad situations that I went through. Maybe to help others that are in a toxic situation, to help others that are kind of going through something right now, to give them some hope. Had I not gone through the child molestation and the stupid shit I've gone through with seeing my father murder my mom and all the abandonment, all the rejection, had I not gone through that shit, I wouldn't have the knowledge and the experiences that I have now to be able to help others navigate through that passage of their life. This is what it means that everything is always working out for us. It's all good. It's always good. I don't care how bad it hurts right now. I don't care what it look like right now. I don't care about your circumstances right now. I don't care if you're facing bankruptcy. I don't care if you're facing eviction. I don't care what you're going through, divorce, cancer, whatever. Everything is always working out for our good. We have to change our perspective. Stop taking the victim mentality. Stop being mad and depressed and angry and frustrated. Shit ain't going the way you want to go. Get in flow. Get in the flow with universe and source, God, the Most High. Learn to meditate so that you can get in the flow. And just relax. That's one of the reasons why so many of us tear ourselves down. Because we haven't gotten in the flow. And we're demanding and expecting some stuff to happen like right now, and you're not ready for it. You're not ready for it right now. I wasn't ready for my queen when my late wife died. I was nowhere near ready for her. You want the business, you want to blow up, you want the great career, you want all that. You're not ready for all of that yet. That's why you don't have it yet. That's the only reason. It doesn't mean you can't have it. It just means you're not mentally ready for it yet. You haven't put in the work to resolve some issues so that you can have the king in your life, so that you can have the queen in your life, so that you can have the kids, so that you can have the business, so that you can have the house, the car, the money, and all. You're not ready for it. You want it, but you're not ready for it. It doesn't mean you won't get there. It doesn't mean that you can't get there. It just means right here, right now, you're not ready. There's some stuff that you have to do. It's like going to school. I know this young lady is almost finished with her doctorate degree in psychology. She's not ready for her doctorate degree in psychology. She still has to learn some stuff. She still has to do some work. It doesn't mean that she won't get there. It's just simple. She's not ready for that title right here, right now. No matter how much she wanted, she's not ready for it. My queen, I'm gonna share my queen story with you guys real quick. We're talking on the phone, and we met through YouTube. I'm a life coach and a mentor, and she booked a session with me, and she was talking about somebody else. She had just got out of a relationship with somebody else, and she was talking about some of the stuff that she was going through. And man, I pray and meditate before I have any of the sessions, you know what I mean? Before every session and during the session while the person's talking, I'm listening to them, but I'm like, okay, God, speak to me, speak through me. You know what I mean? And so some of the things I had to tell her that I shared with her is like, man, you have to raise your frequency. You have to change your perspective on life. You have to change your frequency. You have to raise your frequency. And I believe, and I told her, man, you're going to meet your king this year. You're going to find the love of your life this year. You're going to find that. You're going to get that. But you have to raise your frequency. You have to get ready for it. Right now, you're not ready for it. Learn to get in alignment with God. Learn to start talking to God. And raise your frequency. And when you raise your frequency, watch how your life shifts. Once you stop thinking all that negative, toxic, stupid shit, watch how your life shifts. Watch how things start unfolding for you. Learn to start manifesting these things. I am going to have a king. I am going to have somebody that loves me. I am going to have somebody that cherishes me, somebody that uplifts me, somebody that truly has my back, somebody that's really going to support me and help me, and we're going to be a partner, and we're going to be able to build together and work together. Then I'm going to start speaking this into existence. Stop talking about this stupid shit. I'm going to be lonely, and I'm so lonely, and I'm this, and I'm frustrated. Man, you're speaking that into your existence. You're manifesting that stuff. You don't even want that, but you're manifesting that. Learn to shift your thought process. Learn to shift your belief system. And so one of the things that my queen started doing, she started talking to God, started speaking. Man, I'm getting ready for my king. I'm going to have my king. I want a king like this. And so she started talking about the things that she was looking for. And then she shifted. No, I don't just want a king. I want him. I want that guy, him. God, that's who I want. So she started manifesting it. I'm completely oblivious. I didn't know she was doing none of this. I just told her to raise her frequency. I just told her to start manifesting her king in her life. I had no idea that I was her king. I had no idea that that was my queen. I wasn't even looking for it. I wasn't even looking for a queen. I was just busy doing the work, busy helping people, trying to help everybody, busy trying to inspire, trying to uplift others and trying to encourage others. You can have what you want. You have to get in alignment. You have to get in alignment. You can have the king, the career, the money. You can have all that you want. But you have to stop telling yourself all the negative stuff that contradicts that. And that's where most of us get caught up at. We're contradicting what we want. We're always speaking negative. We're always thinking negative, but we want positive. You can't get positive by thinking negative. You can't get a queen by thinking negative. You can't get happiness and joy and peace by thinking low frequency stuff. You have to get in alignment with joy. You have to get in alignment with peace. You have to get in alignment with love, with wealth. We've been taught you have to work for money. No, get in alignment with wealth. Completely changes your way of thinking. So many of us have a lack mentality. There aren't enough good men around. You know, there's so many women. There's way more women in the world than there are guys. And so many of these guys, they're gay. And, you know, I'm not knocking that. So many of these guys are gay, so they're not even available to us as women. So that just makes it even less guys available to us as women. And then there's so many of these guys that are strung out on dope. And there's so many of these guys that are homeless. So many of these guys, that makes it even less guys available for women. So I'm never going to find my king because there's not enough men around. There's not enough, because some of them are locked up in dope in prison, and some of them are strung out on dope. Some of them are gay and aren't attracted to women, and some of them are da-da-da. And so we have all these things to justify our thought process, our negative way of thinking. Man, we have to change our thought process. We have to change our frequency. We have to change our belief system. Family, I've been told all the negative shit you can be told. You know what I mean? I was told all of that shit, and I believed that for so long, and that's why I stress to you guys so much about, man, you have to grow up emotionally. We have to change our thought process. Nothing changed for me in my life until I changed my thought process, until I changed how I viewed myself, until I changed that, man, I'm not a fucking victim no more. It don't matter all this crazy shit I went through. I'm not a victim. Staying a victim keeps you in a low frequency. Staying a victim to your baby's daddy and to your ex-husband and all, you'll never get the queen of your dreams. Staying a victim to all these other people. Staying a victim to all these women that have hurt you and rejected you and dogged you, you'll never find your queen. Staying a victim to all of those other women. Self-love. You have to love you. You have to start believing that you deserve peace. You deserve happiness. You deserve wealth. You deserve to be able to go on vacations and be able to go out to eat and just be able to buy nice things. You deserve a king, a queen, a family. You deserve comfort. You deserve that. You're entitled to that. I don't care what anybody will say. I don't care what your family. You deserve that. You're entitled to that. You just got to put yourself on the frequency to obtain that. And let go of all the negative stuff. Let that stuff go. That hasn't made you happy. That hasn't made your king show up. That hasn't brought you the wealth that you want and all the stuff that you want in life. That hasn't brought you that. You have to change your perspective. You have to change your belief. You deserve that. You can have that. You have to manifest that. You have to speak those things into existence. Man, Bria, thank you for that donation. Bless you. You have to speak those things into existence, family. Listen to how you talk. Listen to how you think. The great majority of us, we're always thinking negative. We're always thinking the worst case scenario. We're always thinking and talking toxic, negative shit. That's what you're manifesting in your life. That's what you're manifesting over your life. It's all of that negative, toxic shit that you keep thinking about and that you keep believing. I talk about my life, not as in a bragging way or anything of that nature. I talk about my life because this is what I know. And I want you guys to be able to understand, man, if it were from that kid, from that bald-headed dude from East San Ho, who grew up in the fucking streets, who grew up and did some crazy ass shit, who grew up and did whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, man, if it worked for him, it can work for me. That guy got me. I got 7 kids. If that guy, and I didn't want none. I didn't want not near motherfucking kid. I'm glad I got them. I love each and every one of them. I'm grateful for them. I adore them. But the truth is I didn't want any. You can have whatever it is you want in life. Whatever it is you want in life. You have to get on the frequency to be able to attain that. Nobody can block, and I know this is going on, I'm gonna wrap it up in a second. Nobody can block your blessings. Nobody can block your blessings. What's been set aside for you is yours. Every one of us have a king. Every one of us have a queen. Every one of us has wealth and happiness and peace. We all have that set aside for us. Nothing can block that. No one can speak a curse over your life to stop you from getting those things. No one can do that. I don't give a fuck who they are. I don't give a fuck what they're talking about. Nobody can block your blessings but you. But you. There ain't a devil, ain't a demon, ain't a warlock, or whatever you want to call these people. Ain't nobody powerful enough to block you from obtaining peace and joy and happiness and the love of your dreams. Nobody can stop you from getting the wealth and all this other. Nobody can stop you from getting any of that stuff. But you. You block your own blessings. You block your own happiness. You block your own peace, your own joy, your own wealth. You block your own love. You block that. You stop that. You stop that. And only you can put yourself in alignment to receive that. Man, I hope and pray that something's been said to inspire you, to encourage you, that you can have all the love you want. You can have all the joy, the peace. You can have anything you want in life. Anything. One of the things, I've always been a Mary J. Blige fan. I've talked about her in a number of videos. I've never seen her in concert. Never. I'm taking my queen to go see her this month. That's like a thing on my bucket list. Something I've always wanted to do was to see Mary J. Blige in concert. You can have whatever you want. You can experience whatever you want in life. You can manifest whatever you want in life. It's your choice. So why do we keep manifesting negative stuff that we don't want? Stop that. Stop that. You're not happy. Man, I love you guys. My queen and I, we love you guys. We thank you guys for being on this channel with us. We thank you guys for watching this long ass video. You know what I mean? We thank you for your love, your outpouring of love. We thank you for your energy. We thank you for your support. Hope and pray that we've blessed you in some way, shape, or form. And we hope that you take what you've learned, or you take your energy and you bless others. You become that beacon of hope, that beacon of love, that beacon of light. And speak love into the lives, healing, growth and development into the lives of others. This is how we change the world. We love you guys. Namaste. The God in me, the love in me, sees, recognizes, acknowledges, and cherishes the God, the love, the light in each and every one of you. Happy healing. Peace.